Welcome to another episode of the Remdesivir Files, a COVID-19 Chronicle. Today, we shift our gaze forward. What can we learn from the Remdesivir experience to build a better, faster, and more responsive antiviral pipeline for future pandemics? Let's begin with trial readiness. How can health systems and researchers be better prepared to launch antiviral trials quickly when a novel pathogen emerges?
Clinical trial readiness involves several moving parts like regulatory preparedness, infrastructure, biobanking, site networks, and the patient recruitment protocols as well. One effective approach is to maintain a registry of high capacity sites with pre approved ethics protocols for pandemic scenarios. Adaptive platform trials like the Solidarity and recovery trials should be maintained even during interpandemic periods so that they can pivot swiftly to new pathogens. Digital tools like real-time patient registries and e-consent platforms can dramatically cut down the time between the outbreak detection and trial initiation.
Excellent. Let's discuss data sharing. COVID-19 COVID-19 taught us a lot about speed versus verification. What mechanisms can help balance open access with quality control?
A robust balance requires layered data governance. Preprints and open access repositories are great for speed, but they need tagging systems that denote the level of peer review or confidence. Additionally, a centralized global bioinformatics platforms with APIs can allow algorithms to mine cross-study data for meta patterns in drug responses, side effects, and population-specific outcomes. Blockchain technologies are also being explored for secure data provenance and real-time tech tracking.
Shifting gears slightly. During COVID-19, regulatory pathways were accelerated. How can this experience shape a more resilient regulatory framework for the future?
The concept of regulatory sandbox is gaining ground. Predefined frameworks where early stage data can be tested under provisional approval models. For antivirals, modular submissions could be allowed where chemistry manufacturing control or CMC data is submitted in parallel with early efficacy data. Also, the use of real world evidence or RWE and synthetic control arms from historical databases can shorten trial timelines without compromising statistical robustness.
What do you think about drug repurposing as a long-term strategy? Can it scale or does it have limitations?
Repurposing is efficient for rapid development, especially when safety profiles are well established. However, limitations arise in antiviral specificity and resistance patterns. For broad scalability, we need high throughput in silico screening, linked with AI-based target mapping. Also, compound libraries from oncology, immunology, and neglected tropical disease pipelines should be screened regularly against emerging pathogens using real-time pathogen genomics.
How can international collaboration be enhanced for faster therapeutic responses?
A global pathogen surveillance network tied directly to pharmacological data platforms could help. Institutions like WHO, EMA, and FDA can standardize minimal data sets required for cross-border trials. Also, international pre-approval mechanisms for trial protocols and mutual recognition of early safety data would avoid redundant bureaucratic delays. Initiatives like the International Council for Harmonization or ICH could play a greater role here.
In terms of manufacturing, how do we prepare facilities to pivot to new antivirals rapidly?
Flexible GMP compliant manufacturing units using modular bioreactors and single use technologies are key. Facilities should be built with plug and play systems to adapt synthesis for new molecular entities. Moreover, API synthesis and fill finish units must be mapped globally to identify surge capacity in real time. Tech transfer protocols between innovators and contract manufacturers should be pre established.
One final question. In terms of surveillance, what role does post-marketing pharmacovigilance play in preparing for the next wave of therapeutics?
It's vital. Real world pharmacovigilance data can highlight population specific trends in efficacy or adverse events. Integrating machine learning into pharmacovigilance dashboard allows for early signal detection from large volumes of digital health records, wearable devices, and electronic prescribing systems. These insights should feed directly back into the regulatory and clinical guidance systems.
Fascinating insights. As we have seen, preparing for future pandemics isn't just about having new drugs. It's about building the right systems, networks, and flexibility into every step, from discovery to distribution. Until next episode, stay safe, stay curious.